Hey everybody, this video is for people who are okay. So you have to be specific in this video because the subject is connected to certain people. So yeah, I have to declare this and I will have it in the title as well. This video is for Muslims who are entering the spiritual. I was gonna say spiritual world, but like religion is all about spirituality. So more, I mean, like that's because spiritual is trending now on social media and stuff, which is funny in my opinion. But yeah, it's for those people who are starting to get into knowing the spirituality that is a bit separated from religion. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I feel like when you go in depth into spirituality, there are many things in it that you would think that it doesn't resonate with the religion, even though it does. Only because we forget that our sources of what we know about our religion are only two: Quran and whatever Prophet Muhammad ﷺ would say. That's it. We only have two sources. And one of them, which is the Quran, is basically to set for us how to pray and do ibadat to God, to Allah. And that's all. It tells us what to do, what not to do, and to tell us about God's mercy and also about God's punishment, what we will get in heaven, what will happen to us in hell, and to tell us stories about prophets and this is literally what Quran is about. It doesn't go into details about other things. Okay? It's more of like a storybook and a guideline. It's not about going in depth about spirituality, because one of the things that keeps being told to us in Quran and by Prophet Muhammad is to always listen to our heart and to always use our brain to look into things deeper in details. This is why also the ijtihad and shura exists, because not everything is mentioned in there, and the world changes and we have to look deeper into things to understand things. It's not just we only believe what is written in this, and anything that is against it is what is against it is wrong, I guess, for us. But anything that it's not mentioned in it doesn't mean it's wrong, because it's not mentioned. As long as nothing negates it, then there's nothing wrong about it. When I started my spiritual journey, I did struggle a bit in trying to resonate what I'm learning in my spiritual journey with what was taught to us during our childhood. And one of the things that you go through is to break the programming that you were taught. And the most thing that's kind of the most difficult part for you as a Muslim, I believe. And I think it's also something that anyone of any religion would go through, especially out of the Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. In my opinion, I think these three most would feel this way because both these three religions don't go into deep details about spirituality the way as, for example, Hinduism does. Only because Hinduism it doesn't have I don't want to say something offensive, but this video is for Muslims, so it's fine. I don't think any Hindus would watch this, but I'm not offending anyone by saying this. But people are sensitive these days. But it's not based by a book coming from God. This is not how it started. So people got a chance to go deeper and look into things, and for example, to know about chakras. Now, as you go why chakras is not mentioned in Islam? you can go back to what I said about what the things that Islam focus on, and the rest is for us to look deeper into it. But at the same time, if you just listen to Quran, like, just first of all go look into chakras and see which each chakra what it's responsible for, and then put a verse from Quran that is related to the subject that is connected to this chakra, and see where will this verse hit you in your body. And I swear to you, anything that's like something about being grounded and balanced and having faith, it will hit you in your back, in your root chakra. If something is related about like, you know, I don't think there's something about creativity, or maybe there is, I don't know, I'm half asleep to be honest, so I'm not gonna go into deep details. But yeah, each verse would literally hit you. Anything about like heaven and hell and barzakh and all that, it will hit you in the crown and third eye chakras. So this alone is like, listen to your heart. It's like I hear Prophet Muhammad saying, listen to your heart. So the more I get to more in details about the things that I'm learning in my spiritual journey and things that in Quran, I realize that everything is there. Then there is the issue. One of the things that actually, like, there is a verse in Quran that negates it, and it was very difficult for me because I really believed it, which is past lives. And the reason why I really like, even like as when I was a kid, I remembered my past life, but because there is a verse in Quran that says we only live one lives, I was like, this can't be true. I'm just crazy. I'm just insane. And then I've heard stories about that prove that it actually exists. I was like, what the hell? And then with my spiritual journey, I was like, no, dude, I'm not imagining that. Like, I can't be crazy enough to create these things. So like, why then did Allah tell us that we only live one lives? And then I thought about it. It's not specified if it's talking about the soul or the body. If it's talking about the soul, then yes, the soul only, I mean, does the soul die? But I mean, the soul only raised from under the ground once. Because when you die, you just go up, and then maybe you go and have another life. So the thing about the raising with the body from the ground, it only happened once. Because none of us will raise, and no one dies and live again. It's about the soul. It's about the soul, not the body. So it's either talking about that the soul only lived, because in general all the lives the soul lived considered one, because the soul doesn't die, or it talks about the body itself, not the soul. Like, it's only talking about the body, to deny the idea of immortality and the idea of bringing someone back from death if God doesn't want it. I think it's about that, to be honest. But even some spiritual people don't believe in past lives, so yeah, it's not really an important point, but I had to say it for people who actually believe in it. But they're scared from believing it because they don't want to do something that's haram. Just by the way, I'm not halaling or haraming anything. It's not my place. I'm just telling you my story, basically my idea and beliefs, and that's it. Halaling or haraming, what a nice word. I'm not doing that at all. Yeah, what else? I feel the rest, if you go and look into it, the rest really is just like soulmates. I'm pretty sure you saw many videos in TikTok that talks about how actually the idea of soulmates is very obvious in saying Prophet Muhammad. I'm pretty sure you all saw it. If not, just Google it. It's so clear. It made me tear up. It's amazing. So yeah, the rest is all just like, yeah, like the meditating, spirit guides, stuff. I don't know, nothing in it when I look into it look as it is against Islam. I don't know, nothing. I try to think like, why would I think that? But then I realize it's about breaking the programming, because like we really are taught to only to be like in this, like to be in this box and never look, or like to have a specific provision, like a straight provision, not to look left or right, just boop straight, when what actual Islam taught us is to use our brain to think and look deeply into stuff and look deeply into things, and to ask. If we wonder, to ask. Like we were taught it's haram to wonder, it's haram to ask, astaghfirullah, when it's not. You can question, you can ask, as long as you do it in a way that it's not rude or offensive, it's in a respectful way. That's it. It's okay to wonder, it's fine, it's safe. You're not doing anything wrong. Okay? Yeah. I'm not gonna talk a lot. I wanted to give this small, short message to you. I'm not gonna make it a long video. And now I'm gonna talk about the second part of my video, which is my project. I have an Instagram page for it. It's called Luna's Nowhere. I'm gonna put it in the description box. But I don't post much on it because I'm still preparing for it. But in this project, I wanna help people in healing from their childhood traumas, mostly, especially because I don't think anything affects us as much as our childhood trauma, especially when it comes to parents and siblings. I want to focus on the relation between the older and the younger siblings, and the relation between our mothers and fathers and all that, and how much it affects, and to work on healing this in details. And if it's needed to be connected to a past life, whoever who believes in that, I will do that to them. This is what I want to focus on. And my end goal actually is to find a way if I can help kids from the early stages, to heal them from whatever trauma. They don't have to go through a complicated spiritual journey when they grow up. Or if there's a possibility to teach kids spirituality in a young age, to save them from many pains in the future, to make the spiritual journey as easy as it can be. But my main focus for now is to help people in healing in any possible way. When it comes to traumas, especially childhood traumas. And I just remembered one point about the Islam and spirituality, and the point is psychic powers and, well, tarot readings and stuff, because this is all witchcraft, and if you do it, your prayer won't be accepted for 40 days. But if you look into it, what is it that is haram? Because some people will look at it as like, then talking to spirit guides haram or something. If you look into it, guys, it's talking about the future. To look in the future, to ask help from jinns, to look into the future. This is what is haram. To look into whatever is said to gonna happen to this sign, astrological sign. This is haram. But to have a connection with the spirit guide and to ask them through tarot cards, give you an advice, there's nothing haram in that. Nothing. So for any of you who is interested in a tarot reading in halal way, in a way without looking into the future, I also offer that. I make sure not to say any or look into any futuristic things. Either way, even if I get the information, I don't give it, because things changes. Okay, future changes all the time. So yeah, and most of the messages that people get into reading about the future, they never happen. So yeah, I don't focus on that at all, and I believe this is the part that is actually haram. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. I hope you find this video helpful in a way. I think I forgot to say what's the name of my page. It's Luna's Nowhere. Luna stands for, the moon. Nowhere stands for light, so it's the moonlight. And my name is Ella, or Ella, whatever you want to call me. Yeah, see you in my next video. Sending you lots of love and light and healing. Bye bye.